a border that is being sold, as he said, for 145,000. If you buy it on credit, within a year, you end up paying almost 300,000, also almost double what you are meant to pay. That is what I am speaking to when I talk about bottom-up. These are the enterprises that require alternative sources of financing. They need to get alternative sources of credit. It is the same thing Mary Acheng was saying, that they have no way of borrowing money. Huyu Masai ni nani there's a Masai guy. Kuna Masai hapo, sijui, anakopesha watu pesa. And I'm sure that Masai guy is a Shylock. So, and you know, a Shylock, when he lends you money, you pay between 5 and 10% per day. And there is no business. It doesn't matter what business you're doing. And that's the thing I've been speaking to, that we have predatory lenders. Lenders who are destroying enterprises, because anybody charging 5% or 10%, or even the Fuliza that is charging 6% per day, those are predatory lenders. You can never do any business as long as you have those kind of lenders. And that is what is destroying the whole micro and small enterprise industry. And of course, the challenges of lending and that kind of thing. My good friend Ayim has spoken very well about how we can privatize extension services. I quite agree that if we have a problem with measuring, you know, what government is doing in terms of industry, in terms of extension service, we can privatize and we can pay the professionals on the basis of how many farmers they have served and the output they have made by serving those farmers. So I quite agree that we need to have a discussion between the county, the national government, so that we can come up with the right policy that will streamline and give us the best way of how to deal with it. Caroline Odera talked to us about the huge potential we have in the lake here. People should not be going from Kisumu to Mombasa. We should actually develop the lake infrastructure for tourism, including to have a proper beach here, proper hotel services, and a better use of the lake as a tourist facility than we currently are doing. And I agree with you that there is a lot of potential in that space. And I agree also with her that investment must not necessarily be from foreigners. You know, we can get the local people and arrange finance for them to invest in improving the facilities around here. There is the whole problem of demolitions, which is an evil thing. You know, that government wakes up one morning and brings down people's businesses. I mean, it can never be right that a whole industry is brought down without people being given some alternative. I mean, it's the duty of government. If you are in a certain facility, they should be able to provide resources for you to relocate to another place. Not that to wake up one morning and come and bring down your business. You have children, you have workers whom you pay. It cannot just be one morning they are jobless, you are destitute, and it is supposed to be okay. It is not okay, right? It is not okay, you know. And we have said that there must be law on how to relocate people going into the future. It must be structured in law. It cannot be the person who can hire the policeman is the person who will demolish your your dwelling. There must be law. Finally, we have had a discussion on Mr. Felix Minda of Kenya National Chamber of Commerce has talked about the tax regime. It is true, we have a problem with the taxes in Kenya. And it is we have even a bigger problem in the way we treat our taxpayers. It is not right that a taxpayer, you send a contingent of police to go and harass a taxpayer. It is not right. In fact, I saw one judge, I don't know whether anybody saw here, one judge about 2 weeks ago or a week ago said KRA must not kill taxpayers, because if they engage in killing taxpayers, they themselves will die, because they will kill everybody, and then finally there will be no tax paid. So the strategy, though, on how to make tax and the tax regime non-punitive is to engage in an exercise that expands the number of taxpayers. The problem with our current tax regime is that there are too few people who are paying tax. The majority are not paying tax, and it is not their fault. It's because either they are not working, they have no business, so they cannot pay nothing. And it is our duty to get as many people as possible working and as many people as possible doing business by making sure that they have a place to do business, by making sure that there is the correct plan on what to do, and lastly, by making sure that there is credit for them to grow their businesses so that we can grow more taxpayers and then be able to lower taxes. I see my competitors, they are talking about lowering taxes without thinking of how to grow the tax base. You cannot lower taxes because there is no free lunch. You have to, if you are lowering taxes, somebody else must pay it. So we must first expand the tax base, get more people to pay tax so that the few who are paying high taxes, we can reduce the taxes. I just thought I should respond to the issues that you have raised here. Okebe, the good farmer, Mr. Sylvester, has spoken to our hearts. He says the brokers went away with their ochele, and they have never been seen. That's what he said, right? And the pests and birds ate the balance. So, and they are still using oxen, I know for sure that we have a 2 billion facility for mechanization, which we can tap into. It is delayed because of useless bureaucracy in government. And I want to tell Okebe that we have a deficit of close to 600 metric tons of rice we import. Surely we can grow that rice locally. The same way Mary Ochieng said, we are importing potatoes and tomatoes from Uganda. We are importing, something else from Tanzania, when we can grow it. Actually, if you look at the total import of food items to Kenya, is actually 180 billion Kenya shillings every year. That 180 billion shilling gap is actually a market our farmers can grow into. We should be able to facilitate our farmers to grow that 180 billion worth of food that we are currently importing. And I want to say that the region that has the highest potential, I want you to listen to me, the region that has the highest potential of growing what we are importing at the moment is Western and Nyanza. That is the region that has the highest potential of importing the oil crops, the